Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101, where we give you fun, new rock painting ideas that anybody can create. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get painting. Today's tutorial is a really super easy thing to do. It was just kind of playing around, and whenever I stumble onto something new, I get so excited I just go, you know what? I am going to just hop on live and share it with you guys right away, because this is just a really super easy to make a word rock, and you can kind of put whatever words you want on it. I'm out of screen here. Here we go. So this is what we're going to be doing. This fun kind of colorful base coat using our paint pens. You could do this same technique with acrylic paint. It will be just a little bit more messy, a little bit more work. This is really fast with paint pens, and that's why I'm going to show you with my paint pens today. Spain at 7:15 p.m. Well, you are way ahead of us. Let's here. I'm on Eastern time zone here in the US. So my kids are still at school, which is great. So that's how I can get away with doing these. So I'm going to put this guy right here out of my way, but for those that are joining in, you can kind of see what we're doing here. So I've got 3 different colors of paint pens. You could do this with lots of different color combinations. I did one with red with just a little bit of black. So really, once you see how simple these are, you can play around with different color combinations. The only thing I'm going to say when choosing your colors, make sure they're colors that blend well together. Like pink and yellow are going to make an orange color. Blue and pink are going to make a purple color. Try to stay away from complementary colors on the color wheel. Like you don't want to do red and green next to each other because that makes brown. Terry, I haven't been live for a long time, so it feels like it's been ages. I miss coming on, so I was actually getting kind of stuck creative-wise doing something else for work, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna close my computer and go paint a couple of rocks. And I was playing around. This is just something that just happened, and it was so easy, and I think you guys will enjoy this quick little tutorial. So I'm gonna jump right in. The only thing you need for this is at least 1 paint pen or 1 color of acrylic paint, and your fingers, okay? So you can't be scared of getting messy. These are water-based paint pens, which is kind of important because it washes right off just with nice warm water. So that works just fine. So we're gonna take, starting with 1 color. As you can see, I have different sizes here. I can find my small yellow. Size doesn't really matter on this one. Just whatever you've got is gonna work. So I'm gonna start with my yellow. I need a piece of scratch paper here so I can, I guess the paper underneath isn't that clean anymore anyways, but doodle, make sure. You know how I always show you guys I blend sometimes with my paint pens. I always doodle first, just in case when I sat down to do this. I have a good example off this little piece of paper. This pen's been sitting for a while and it had some other color on the tip, so you never want to go right to your project. Always doodle the tips. Even if it's been sitting there for a while, you just doodle until the other color is gone. As you can see, I did that with my yellow just a little bit ago. So we're just going to take, and I have 3 colors, so I'm going to section this kind of the same I did here. So I'm going to do 2 sections across from each other of each color. So I'm just going to lay my paint along the edge like this, and then I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to swipe towards the center. And you can do that once or twice, depending on how much color you're trying to get, how big your rock is, how far that color is going to drag. So I'm just going to flip to the opposite side here, do the same thing right along the edge, and just pull towards the center, just like that, okay? Now I am going to switch colors and also fingers, so make sure you're keeping track of which fingers you're using. So I'm going to switch to blue here. I didn't leave myself a lot of space for the 2 colors. I don't want to blend yet. We're going to blend at the end. So I'm going to scoot over just a smidge here, not right next to that yellow. Place my blue. I'll use my pointer finger for this one. Pull down and in. And again, I'm not blending my colors yet. So then we'll go here with the blue. You can have a bigger section of blue on this side. And same finger. Make sure you're using the same finger. Check if you need. Pull towards the center, okay? And then last, we'll do our pink. Again, peak. We're gonna use my ring finger here. I line in between. Careful not to get any of the other color on there. Went a little overboard on my yellow here, but we'll fade onto the yellow when we do our transition colors. All right, so once you've got your colors laid down, you could leave it just like this. That looks cool too, but I just kind of like to blend my two colors together, okay? So I'm gonna take, I just have like a washcloth off to the side, and I'm just gonna wipe any excess paint off my fingers, but I'm blending colors anyways, so I'm just gonna not worry about actually washing them. So I'm just making sure there's not a lot of extra paint. So you're gonna pick two colors at a time to do your blending combination. So I'll do yellow and blue first. And again, my yellow section got really big, so I'm actually gonna go onto my yellow to create my green. So what I'm gonna do is gonna bring this green, or blue, excuse me, up here onto my yellow. And then we're gonna do a little bit of yellow here to the left of that blue. Then pick a finger, try to pick one that you used for one of those two colors before, and you're gonna pull right in the center and kind of pull those together. Sorry, I got a phone call. But see how those blend together just like that? So we're gonna do the same two color combinations. That way we can use our same finger here. Again, I'm gonna bring my blue kind of over onto that yellow a little bit because my yellow section was so large. And then do yellow, and we're just gonna dab and pull those together, and it kind of blends them right together for you. Isn't that pretty? And you can go in, you can kind of play around, go back and forth a little bit if you think the line gets a little harsh. Go a little bit yellow there, a little bit blue there. Okay, go back and forth until you like the way it looks. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I've got my blue open. Again, now I don't want to use this finger again, not unless I'm doing green again. Okay, so we're gonna switch over. This one was, let's see, this was pink. So we're gonna do blue and pink here. Just kind of make a corner on both sides. I'm gonna use that finger and kind of blend them together. Just kind of dab, 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 and then pull towards the center slightly. Okay. It doesn't take that much paint to do it, but obviously you can do a couple of them, a couple dots, until you like the way it looks. And this is so simple, you guys. Like, so easy to do. And you could do this with acrylic paint. It would just, the thing with the acrylic paint is you're obviously gonna have to have, you know, paint brushes, and it might be a little bit messier. Just place just the lightest little dabs of paint. All right, now we need yellow and pink. Cap our blue, and we'll pull the pink onto the yellow a little ways here. There we go. And this finger is the clean one, and just kind of dab those together. The biggest tip I have is just keep track of which finger you're using. You don't want to muddy your colors up. I think that's probably the one thing to really keep in mind. Actually, I'm going to pull more pink over here. It's a really big yellow section, so go way up here with it. So as you'll see, I'm peeking a lot to make sure that my color is the right finger. And I see questions. Give me just a second. Hold your thought. It's going to be gone by the time I can actually look up and pay attention. I'm going to add a little more pink here. I'm going over my pinky because I don't want it to be orange. I want some more pink right there. So again, you can go back and touch up. Just make sure that you're using separate colors. But see how now we got this transition all the way around our rock, all the colors of the rainbow here. And it's just really pretty. See that? You get a nice blend between the colors, a nice little fade, and then you can write whatever you want. This is one that I like to hide around town, so that's why I wrote that one. If you have beautiful hand lettering, you can do hand lettering, but just a nice message like this is really all that's necessary. And so having like a fun base coat, underneath your lettering just really can bring up, you know, your stone. Just makes it a little bit more fun to create. And then you get to be a little bit more creative with your stone as opposed to just writing words on there, which you can do as well. And for those, oh, this guy got out of here. So you don't have to do the blending between colors. This one I just did red all the way around the edge, pulling in. I wrote "you rock" on it really simply, but then I thought the black seemed too harsh. So I went along the outline with black and just pulled a little bit of black into my stone just to kind of give it a fun design like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick and easy idea. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in. Bye-bye.